Need some fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins? Go to MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below. Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is MADDENMONEYSHOT, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. Got some plays for you today, some defensive plays out of the Patriots playbook. Now, this is a defense that was recently added in the last patch. It was the 3-4 bear. Now, this has been in a lot of different playbooks. It's been a pretty popular formation somewhat throughout the year. But ultimately, I find that there's one play in this defense in particular that, to me, is without a doubt the #1 run defense in the game. I made a gameplay video about it not too long ago, but I never made a breakdown of it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you a two-play scheme out of the 3-4 bear today, with one of which being, like I said, to me, one of the best run defenses in the game, period. Now, I'm going to be doing a few more defensive playbooks. I'm going to be updating the Patriots pretty soon. I already have all the material recorded, and I'm going to be putting out maybe 3 or 4 new defenses on my website, some new ebooks. Mostly, you know, I wanted to get a variety, some 4-3 books, some 3-4 books, some 4-6 books, you name it. But ultimately, look for that. Hopefully, I'll have that done before Christmas for people that are going to be buying this game pretty soon. So I have a good variety of defenses. So make sure to check that out. Or you can check that out. It'll all be on my Patreon as well. So, you know, make sure you guys check that out if you guys are into that. Now, let's get into the first play. Like I said, this is a defense I made an extensive gameplay of. To me, you're going to see it in a gameplay that comes out next too. Tomorrow I have a gameplay that I'm already you know, all the way almost done making, and I used this particular defense to shut down my opponent again. So spoiler alert. But ultimately, this is, like I said, this is a great run defense. So I don't really have to make any adjustments as far as personnel. So it's going to let's pick that, the cover 1 QB contain. Before I start the video though, I just want to thank my new sponsors at MMOXP.com. If you guys are looking to buy some coins for your MUT team, you can do that there, and you can support me by supporting them and buying your coins through them. And make sure to use discount code MONEYSHOT so they know that you came from my site, from my channel. Other than that, let's get into the video. So we went random run here. We're going to have a wide variety of run plays. I have really no idea where they're going to go, but ultimately I don't really have to. So setup is really simple. That's the thing about, you know, you don't always have the most time for these elaborate setups this year. So I've really come up with a few defenses that are really geared towards quick and instant setup, and this is going to be one of them. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my D-line and spread my linebackers, which is D-pad left and up, and then D-pad right and up, and that's it. That's all I got to do. Now after that, I have a few choices. I can use this guy here, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like to leave him doing what he's doing, especially if it's a run play. But what I'm going to do typically is I'm going to bring this safety down, and I'm going to bring him right into the box. So this is what I'm going to do right here, is I'm just going to have him, you know, right here where I'm basically acting like a middle linebacker. And if it's a pass play, I mean, these man coverages do a pretty good job. Just as long as you don't press or you know, do anything like that, you're gonna have pretty good coverage outside. The only thing you have to watch out for is deep crossing routes or post routes. Like if this tight end does like an outside post route, say, that might be something I have to use her. I have to be a good user. I mean, there's a certain extent of this play that you have to be able to use her free safety. Some people aren't comfortable doing that, but if you look at the personnel setup right now, I mean, we essentially have I mean, there's, you know, this is more than 8 in the box. It's 9 in the box. Here we get Lamar Jackson taken off right off the bat. I wasn't even ready for that as I was still doing the play. Well, anyway, like I was saying, so we have 9 in the box with me basically acting like a middle linebacker. And, you know, this is, like I said, this is a really strong run defense. So all I'm doing, spreading and spreading again. Just, you know, D-pad left and up, D-pad right and up, and the run defense is set up. So you can see right here, I mean, that defender right there, he really shoots in. I'm going to have to go to the replay to slow that down. But you can see how these QB contains are really vital to containing this outside run. You can see right here, he comes in free. He gets picked up at the last second, but ultimately it had the effect that I want, which is it's going to change what the running back is doing. It's either going to make him bounce it inside or bounce it outside. It's going to make him go laterally rather than north-south, which is what I want. That's what you want in run defense. You want to make your opponent go in a direction other than where he wants to go, and you can see it had that effect. So doing this one more time, like I said, we're just spreading everything. That's all we're doing. We got a goal line, which, like I said, you'll see that online. There are people out there that run this. So you're going to see how this will shut that down. And then, like I said, I mean, I didn't do anything. I shot the gap correctly, but you can see how it gets picked up by the defensive tackles. So I don't know if I mentioned too. I'm ultimately when I spread, I do sometimes QB contain, but I don't think that necessarily matters. It's just a habit, really. I QB contain on most defenses, and you can see right there. I mean, the fullback's not getting anywhere. It's got to get some better. You know, we need some more running back runs. We're mostly getting QB runs, fullback runs. It won't really matter. Here's a play though. Like I said, there are scenarios where I will take the guy using the running back. So a spread formation like this, if I think there's an opportunity that my opponent might pass, I'll leave that safety doing what he's doing so that I can, you know, I can bring down this guy covering the running back and have just the same amount of success as you can see right there. But I'll typically only do that like here. I mean, this is an obvious run setup. If it's a 3 tight end set or a 2 tight end set, this is going to be the look. But if it's like a 3 wide receiver set and I think the formation lends a little bit more to passing, then I'm going to change it up and I'm most likely going to use the running back. So if we see anything like that, I might do that. If I really want to, I can also kick this guy out just a little bit. If I have time, kicking him out a little bit wider is nice because I just think that he can maintain that edge a little bit better. He's a little bit too close there in that alignment, but you don't always have time to do that. So if you do have time to do that, it's one thing. You can see the counterplay got me twice on the user, but it's still not going anywhere. I mean, I picked the Ravens because they're a very good run defense. Now here, obviously, since I picked random run, it's going to be a QB contain, or it's going to be a QB draw, but we'll just act like we don't know that, and I'll just continue to use it as safety. But, you know, I mean, I tried to give myself as good a running team as possible as the Ravens are to show this off on. So here we go once again. Like I said, the only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to press your corners. But I can bring like McCourty here. I can bring him outside just a little bit. Like I said, the edge, if I have time, it's really all about maintaining the edge. There's no way they're going to run up the middle on a defense like this. I essentially have, like I said, inside of the hashes alone, I got 6 defenders. Like, you're not going to have a blocking advantage to the point where you're going to get anything. I mean, you might get a few yards, but ultimately you're going to see how this is just, like I said, you're not going to be giving up anything consistently. So here's another play. You know, like I said, if it's a 3 wide receiver set, I'll use that running back. That's about it. Anything else, I'm going to bring this guy down to the box. So here it looks like we're going to have a QB run from Lamar Jackson. He's a little bit of a he's a little bit of a wild card, but you can see, I mean, he's a cheat code. That was probably the most successful run they've gotten based off of the fact that he's just so fast. I don't think any of my defenders, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this if somebody's running with a QB that fast, because the speed just doesn't match up. A lot of times if you're running against really fast, you know, speed quarterbacks and stuff like that, you got to have corners on the field to match that. Like this here, defensive ends, the speed disadvantage of the defensive ends and the outside linebackers typically, even if they contain well, won't necessarily hold the edge because Lamar Jackson is just so fast. And you can see right there, tosses aren't going to work, stretches aren't going to work. Those man coverages do a really good job on outside runs, just as much as anything else. Here, like I said, we got that 3 wide receiver look. This is the one time I'm going to switch over and I'm going to take this, you know, I'm going to take the user that's manned up, as we might have a trick play here. But you can see, like I said, the pressure off the edge shuts it down the backfield. I mean, this is just a top-notch run defense. You can't, you know, there's really a shortage of great run defenses in this game. But to me, this is my go-to. If I really got somebody running heavy, I'm going to go to this and I'm going to shut them down. Like I said, I already put out a gameplay featuring this. I'm going to have another gameplay probably tomorrow and Saturday. To me, my second favorite play out of this is probably the cover 2 invert. Now, this is a very unique play. This is a play that can also stop the run. It can also stop the pass. I'll go ahead and I'll pick that. And then I'm just going to pick random, something random this time. I'm not going to go with random run because obviously this is geared towards more. So let's go with random single back. So this play right here, like I said, I'm going to spread the exact same way. If I think, this is a play a little more key where I want to motion this guy out. But if I think that this play is a run play, hard flatting is going to be very important because those zones that they're in, the default zones, the curl flats, are going to drop back. They're not going to maintain the edge. So if I think that I have a run play, I'm definitely going to have to hard flat them. Now, other than that, I didn't mean to press there. Other than that, bringing this guy down obviously makes the play look very similar to the first play. So I have the opportunity to disguise my coverages. These plays will look very similar, and your opponent won't know that they're essentially essentially throwing into a zone. Now, like I said, the hard flat there, that's a quick throw. The linebackers aren't going to get out that quickly on a hard flat like that, but still, that's a very good, typically this is just a good play to mix in, because I have an opportunity. If my opponent starts seeing these man coverages, they might try to start to hit slants and stuff like that. Then you can switch over to this coverage, and they're not going to know what hit him. That's the bottom line. So here it looks like we have, he's going to take a lot of underneath stuff right there. I missed the tackle a little bit, but you can see, short stuff is really all that's there. And even hard flatting, like I am essentially hard flatting this entire formation. These guys, they're going to do a decent job, but they're not necessarily speed guys to the point where they're going to get out on that edge. So ultimately, if you're going to run this play, you don't want to necessarily run it against, 3 wide receiver sets and stuff like that. This is a play that you typically want to run against, 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back formations. You don't want to go to this is a heavy formation. You don't want to go against, obviously, too much speed, as you can see right there once again. The run defense is still really good. You can see it's still shutting down pretty well. But like I said, this is a formation you want to mix in with your, with the first play. So your opponent, they're going to think this is the exact same play. It's going to look just like the man coverage, and that's when you're going to have these opportunities. Now, I haven't had a lot of passing plays yet, but you're going to have a lot of opportunities to jump some lanes. So I'm still QB containing, by the way. I haven't really done that too much or pointed that out, but ultimately QB containing is going to be the way. So let's go ahead and do this one more time. Like I said, I'm just kind of waiting. And you can see right there, Lamar Jackson, he's just, I thought he was going to take off. I almost left my assignment, but you can see there's nothing really open. So really good play. I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. Like I said, there's really not too much to this, and I don't expect the computer to necessarily throw into the zone coverage the same way a user might, but you can see how, this is a concept that will work. Using 2 plays that look exactly the same, 1 man, 1 zone, you're going to see how you're going to catch your opponent off guard. So that's it. That's the video. If you guys want to see more defensive videos like this, do me a favor to like button, and I'll do that next. Other than that, thanks for watching, man. Money out.
Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.